Hi, we are team number 3 and I'm going to present our markup for interactive storytelling language. I'm gonna show an example of the code which I wrote. Here at the top we declared some variables, 3 variables. For now we don't need this. So we here have some text, a interesting story. The hero is going to save the world. What will he do? And then between those 2 brackets and this explanation point, we are gonna present him some options, and here I'm gonna what we are going to do if, for example, if he choose option die, then we'll go to the node not O. But if he chooses the option not die, we'll go to the node called other. So let's see how that works. So we can see a interesting story. The hero is going to save the world. What will he do? So let's choose the option die. So it should print for. So here we have the string 00 00 plus 7 is gonna be 007. So it's gonna show, oh, that's bad. I am agent 007. We can see that worked. Let's choose the other option. So variable b, it's 100. So I perform here some operation. B equals, so 100, so O is 8. 8 divided by 4, it's 2. 2 times 100, it's 200, plus 100, it's 300. So by the way, this way we print variables. So it's gonna be 300. Yeah, 300 you own. Also, as for right now, we didn't use any AI API in order to in our markup language, but in the future we'll use it. So for example, here this code will change each time it runs. So basically we'll use an AI API to change this code to be a little bit different each time it runs. So it's gonna be, the user, it's gonna feel like a new experience each time he'll run the code. So right now it's just gonna be the same text. It is taken as just text, but in the future we'll use an API to change it each time. For example, ChatGPT API. And also, yeah, I'm gonna present how we go to other nodes. So for example, here I showed how we go to other nodes inside some choices, but let me make another custom node. So for example, let's name it other2. This is my third node. So at the start of this node, let's go to this node. So it's gonna print this stuff here. Other2. Yeah, this is so basically why we got an error. Variable other2 hasn't been declared, because that's how we print variables, as you can remember. But other2 is not a variable, but it's a node, so it should be, you should go to this node in this way. So okay, this is my third node. We can see that it printed before this text. So yeah, I'm going right now. I'm gonna show how some error handling works. So, for example, I'm gonna write some random stuff here, and we gonna get the parsing error, and it also shows where it's the parsing error: line 2, column 0, variable at input here, but it's line 0, so it's actually a little bit of confusing here because it got the error while parsing, not while tokenizing. That's why. Okay, so again, we cannot perform mixed operations. So for example, here we have integers operations, but if we are gonna add some string, it's not gonna work because we cannot perform mixed operations. Okay, so this node other, it's in choice. Yeah, we cannot perform mixed operations, and also the line 14. What else we cannot do? What errors do we have? Okay, so we cannot perform. So for example, we cannot perform minus operations on string. We can perform only plus operations on strings. So we got an error: cannot perform minus operations on strings. Line 17, as we can see. We also have, okay, not a declared variable. So for example, if we, let me put here, so I don't have to choose an options each time I want to test it. So if we are gonna try to use a variable which hasn't been declared, so for example not, which hasn't been declared, this variable, we're gonna run into an error: variable hasn't been declared. And yep, that's kind of it as for now for the error. We're gonna have a lot more errors in the futures, error handling. Again, so for example, let's remove here. Let's see what happens. I think it will get an error while tokenizing, not while parsing actually. Yeah, when parsing, yeah, line 14, we can see that we got an error. Yeah, and that's it. As in the future also, I forgot to mention, but let me show it. Okay, variable hasn't been declared. Yeah, we run into this error. So we are not gonna have manual images to each node, but we are gonna have we're gonna use an AI which is gonna basically take this text before those options, and it's gonna show us an image to in the background according to this text. By the way, our app for now is in console, but in the future it's gonna be on a browser, so we'll show their pictures, and it's gonna look much better. That's it. Yep. Thank you for listening.